Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Housewife Historian and we are here to talk the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Just for a minute, we have to talk about Patrick Summers and him going live with the account Your Mom's Watching and the allegations and the things that he said and the things that he admitted to actually lying about. So we have to talk about that. And then we're going to bounce back hopefully and have a second to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kandi Burruss has been going live. She did several interviews yesterday that aired on the YouTube community, Instagram, and the allegations made about Carlos King, who is a big time producer. He was big with Bravo. He is listed like as producer on some of like the top rated housewives ever, like the top 10 episodes, the top 10 seasons. He is listed on production on a lot of those, and he was very well respected in the community of women of Atlanta that worked with him, and I think he was also on New Jersey. And he allegedly was basically trying to be the Andy Cohen of like Love and it's not Love and it's Love and Marriage, I think, but I'm not sure of the network that puts it on. But he is on production of that as well. He had his own show. If you guys don't remember, he had all the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the original women, the very first season. Everyone was there except for Nene Leakes, of course. And so he's been doing a lot in the reality TV network area when it comes to production and Instagram and Twitter and it's working for him. So we have to talk about the fact that Kandi Burruss is very upset, like she cannot F with him no more. Allegedly sold her story to another network, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this. So allegedly Kandi Burruss, Kandi is, I feel bad because she's out here like really helping people. Like she claims she rooted for Carlos, right? And we'll get into all of that. But let's talk about for a second the fact that she rooted for Marlo. She had Marlo put on with her same agent, Kandi's agent. That's a big deal. She was also saying, telling her agent to put Marlo up for any deals that Kandi couldn't do, right? That's a big deal. Okay, that's a big deal when someone is hand giving you jobs that they can't do and they're big time and you're not as big. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but Marlo is not on the same sort of level that Kandi is. And so for Kandi to be giving her work, that's a big deal, guys. And then we see Marlo just kind of stomp all over her. Kandi took to Twitter. She tweeted several of the things that she's done for Marlo besides helping her get on the show, besides giving her work. She's known Marlo a long time. And so Kandi said she was just upset that Marlo would get on this size of a platform and try to say that she doesn't help people. Totally understandable. I would feel the same exact way. Now this Carlos King, allegedly, Kandi had been talking about selling their like escape story. The ladies, like the band, they were a group of ladies, and they wrote the No Scrub song, and they were very famous, and so they wanted to like make a movie and sell their story. And apparently Kandi had been talking about this for the last year or so, I mean privately amongst close people or whatever. And allegedly Kandi has a meeting with a producer, and she kind of just mentions this idea, kind of gently pitches it out there, and the producer says, oh, well, somebody's already doing that movie, someone's already bought that and done, sold the rights to it. And she's like, what are you talking about? So Kandi's like, I don't know, I go home and I'm not really sure if I believe them or not. She's like, so I call Carlos, he doesn't answer the phone. She's like, I call him again, he doesn't answer the phone. And she's like, and it wasn't until Todd and Kandi started basically contesting this network doing a movie on their story, their biography of their band, their younger years, how they got started. They're contesting, obviously, Carlos King selling the rights to their story. And so now that they are contesting it and there's some lawyers are getting involved, Carlos, of course, now is available to talk to Kandi. And at that point, she was like, you know what? F him. He's dirty. I can't do business with him. Like, we cannot do business with him ever again. Then she proceeds to tell us that when she had her first spinoff on the off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she rooted and said Carlos King had to be executive producer on that spinoff. Like, she pushed and got him the position. Because, of course, like I said, the community supported Carlos because he was such a great producer. But there was always allegations that he was responsible for the rumor that KANDI and Todd were drugging people and taking them to their basement and SAing them, okay? Everyone in the community of Bravo was under 99.9% sure that Carlos King had actually been the one that had told Phaedra, and that's why Phaedra didn't say who told her, which, again, another shot at KANDI, right? And then we ended up finding out that T.I. and Tiny were actually the ones going to the club and giving these girls large amounts of substances, and then them waking up in compromising positions, right? And we never heard the end. I mean, what happened with that? Nothing. It's wild. Anyways, so that's what we're hearing coming out of KANDI from New Jersey. And again, feeling frustrated with Marlo because of Marlo's situation in her past, and knowing that, you know, you went through all these foster homes, you didn't feel loved, you were kicked out, and then she turns around and kicks her nephews out and tells them they have to go. And people are really outraged about that. So I kind of understand where KANDI's coming from, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that she is justified in being done with Marlo, like, after this? Because she does help, she does do school drives, she has, you know, rooted for these people to get these positions as producers, as executive producers, giving Marlo her jobs, giving Marlo her agent. Okay, like, that's a big deal. So make sure you guys comment. And then we're going to go into our next story, guys, which I still have to do some investigating, but it's very early over here on the East Coast still. So the West Coast probably isn't even up. But Patrick Summers was live last night. I'm not going to get into from the beginning where Patrick Summers came from, but we know him because he doxed Lisa Rinna with her phone number. First said he worked for Lisa, then said he worked for Kathy, then said he worked for Lisa, then said he worked for the bots. Well, your Moms Are Watching account is the original woman who was first in contact with Patrick when all of this first started, right? And she's been saying all along, something's not right with him. Something's not right. I don't believe him. Every time his stories keep getting bigger and more wild. And he is making allegations that he, hooked up with Harry Hamlin at a bathhouse as well. There's got to be a reason that this man, he admits in the live that, none of this is true, basically. Which now you don't even know if you can believe that, because you can't believe, really, none of it's true? Someone somewhere, has to feel a certain type of way about Lisa to kind of do this, though. You know what I'm saying? The average person isn't just going to pull something off and have people thinking that, he has bots being, stuck on Garcelle's son. That's basically, he said Lisa paid him to do that. So, and Lisa never served him with a cease and desist, which is strange. Why wouldn't you serve him with a cease and desist if none of this was true? It's all just very strange, but that's the word on the curb, is that he made everything up. The live is not available on her IG yet. I think that he filmed it. I think they went live off his Instagram. Another thing to let you know that No Filter was come on, I guess, as well, and was asking some questions, and it got very heated. And allegedly Tamra and Teddy were, of course, in the comments asking questions too. So we got to get a little bit more backstory. Like I said, East Coast is just waking up. I'm going to be getting some more details on this story. Again, Patrick coming forward saying he got Lisa's number from a mutual supermodel friend, and your mom's account is watching, said she doesn't necessarily think that's true, because you could get Lisa's number from her LLC, Rena Beauty, and also been verified. But allegedly Lisa had this phone number for a really long time. So I don't know what to believe, guys. What do you think? Is he lying about everything? Or is this another scam? Are we being scammed again? And then make sure you guys hit that like button. It really does make a difference for my videos. Make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on.